We are obviously a college that has a Christ-centered and Christian basis, but we're also right here in New York City. And we have a number of opportunities to get involved and see how the churches work here in this very highly urban area, and to make use of those resources of New York. So we want students who aren't afraid to get on the train and get into town and explore and use what they've experienced in the classroom to branch out and make contacts elsewhere here.
The advantage of having churches in the area as places that you can go and places that you can call your church home are excellent, because it allows you to feel, even if you're away from home, from anywhere in the country, as if you have a place that you can go, a place that you can turn to, and a pastor who you can have, somebody who you can have be there for you.
Coming from Arizona, I definitely was a bit homesick when I first came here. And one of the ways that I found a way that I could connect to what was happening at home and what was happening here was in chapel. Because as a Lutheran student, there's a continuity between what you do at home in church and what we would do here in chapel. And that definitely helped with the community and finding other people who believe like I do.
To prepare our students for the very high academic standards of our Lutheran seminaries, they go through a program of study here, either specializing in religion or in biblical languages. But in either case, they do have to study basic Greek and Hebrew, because these are prerequisites for the seminary. There are no classes scheduled during the chapel period, and the chapel is a unique continuing form of Christian observance here. The chapel service itself only lasts about 20 minutes, but we have a variety of experiences here. Musically, we have guest preachers. Sometimes faculty members and students will organize the chapel service. So you're never quite sure what it's going to be each day, but it's an important part of the student's spiritual life.
Daily chapel was something that I value very, very much, with the Eucharist every Wednesday. That was a chance to come together, to pray together, to sing together, to meditate together, and to contemplate Christ together, and to do so not only with religion faculty, but with faculty from other departments and with students from different backgrounds.
I definitely believe there is a sense of spirituality here on campus. It's a very welcoming campus, and I think people see that, perceive that as soon as they set foot on the campus. And I think more than our competitors in the local markets here, people recognize that the faith-based heritage here is something that is much more visible than it is on other campuses, and how we teach our classes, how we conduct ourselves, how we treat each other. Our mission statement says that we're preparing students for lives of service to church and community, and I think that's an important thing to emphasize, because we're training not only the church vocation students, but also the future lay leaders of their churches.
The spirituality on campus is integrated into the daily routine of campus. We have chapel, we have required religion courses. We have a lot of different opportunities for diving into biblical issues. There's many Bible studies when we have guest pastors. We can do Bible studies and have discussions with them.
Not only are we tied here by our academics, but we're tied here by our religion. And so this culture that's created is so nice and calming and relaxing to know that you can go and sit in the chapel and just be and, have like a moment with yourself, or you can go and talk to, another, like a religion major who is just as spiritual, and it allows you to grow in a way that you really never thought that you were able to.
Concordia is a really great place for a Lutheran student to come, because as we're sitting in the chapel here, this is a beautiful room where we have chapel on a daily basis. An opportunity to meet with strong Lutheran faculty, not only religion faculty, but English faculty and history faculty and myself, all who are Lutheran, and who can offer a perspective on how to live your life, not only as just a Lutheran at chapel or in church, but as a Lutheran who is going through their career trying to do God's work throughout their life, not only just at work, but in their family and in how they make music. And I think that's a really neat thing about Concordia.